multiple world champion in karate, kickboxing, and Muay Thai. Dakota was exposed to fighting arts and Muay Thai at an early age, and she rapidly developed a strong and aggressive approach. Muay Thai's early years. Dakota was already establishing herself in Thailand's harsh social circles, while many young people were preoccupied with getting likes on social media. Dakota started training non-stop in Thailand at the age of 16 in order to accumulate Muay Thai titles. She has abilities in addition to beauty. Her opponents were astonished by her machine gun combinations, lethal knee blows, and front kicks.
She walks into the cage with calm in her eyes and fire in her fists. At just 25 years old, Dakota Ditcheva isn't just rising through the ranks of women's MMA, she's tearing through it. With every fight, she's sending a message. She's not just here to compete. She's here to dominate. Born into a fighting family, Dakota's journey started before she ever put on MMA gloves. Her mother, Lisa Howarth, was a world champion in her own right. So, fighting? It's in Dakota's DNA.
It was clear she was something special. Making the switch to MMA. When women's MMA gained popularity in 2018, Dakota made the decision to compete. She was already a well-known Muay Thai fighter, but she understood that jiu-jitsu and wrestling were essential for MMA. She then made the decision to give amateur MMA a go and stayed there for a time to improve her grappling skills. Even while striking was still one of her strong points, she didn't only rely on it. She demonstrated that she could control herself in the clinch, defend against submissions, and even land some takedowns when necessary, showcasing a tremendous progression in her ground game. Dakota displayed her entire skill set in her 2021 professional debut. Dakota was a dynamic force, whether she was changing positions or making precise elbow and...
From Muay Thai to kickboxing, she built her foundation on striking excellence. But what sets her apart isn't just technique. It's the precision, the timing, the calculated violence. She doesn't just throw punches. She places them exactly where they'll do the most damage. And when she transitioned into mixed martial arts, she didn't hesitate. She adapted. Fast. Her professional MMA debut didn't last long. Neither did the opponents that followed. In every appearance, Dakota's composure under pressure stands out. She fights like someone who's already seen the top and plans
vision against elbow strikes in the majority of fights. Her quick, accurate knee strikes and front kicks help her establish herself in the PFL. Her first fight in the PFL saw her land a devastating knee in the clinch, finishing her opponent in record time. The young fighter wasn't just about speed, she was powerful, technical, and strategic. She quickly made her way up the ranks, finishing opponents with ease. A revolutionary win and new capabilities. In 2023, Dakota achieved her first submission victory, marking yet another significant advancement in her career. Dakota proved she was more than just a Muay Thai striker during a bout at the PFL European Grand Prix. She was a skilled, mixed martial arts competitor. Against her opponent, she exhibited great clinch technique, then moved to the ground where she threatened a crucifix before locking in a submission to earn victory. Her striking continued to shine through in future battles, where she trapped her opponents against the cage and landed vicious knees. Additionally, Dakota was becoming well known for her deadly body shots that left opponents panting for air. The PFL European Championship Roadmap. Dakota secured a spot in the PFL European
to stay there. What makes her truly dangerous is her mindset. Calm, focused, cold under fire. She's not driven by trash talk or hype. She's driven by excellence. Each fight is a step closer to legacy. But let's talk results. She's undefeated, and not just barely scraping by. She's finishing fights violently, convincingly, and often within the first round. Whether it's a slick submission or a perfectly timed TKO, Dakota is making it look easy, even when it's anything but. Fighting under the PFL banner, she's turning heads globally. The Professional Fighters League isn't just another MMA promotion.
Ability to mix her kicks, knees, and punches made her a nightmare for any opponent. By the time Dakota reached the final, she had proven herself as one of the best fighters in the world. body strikes, especially her kicks to the midsection, had become one of the most feared aspects of her game. PFL European Championship win. Dakota faced the difficult Valentina Scatti in the PFL European Championship final. Dakota was prepared, but Scatti was well known for her grappling and wrestling prowess. She created distance with her front kicks, landing them powerfully and precisely. She was unpredictable due to her ability to throw punches from both postures, and Scatti found it difficult to keep up. Dakota's stunning knees and clinch game wore Scatti down as the battle went on. With punches, knees, and front kicks, Dakota continued to change things up and delivered some especially painful blows to the body. Eventually, the relentless assaults from Dakota caused Scatti's defenses to crumble. Dakota was declared the PFL European champion after the referee broke off the bout in the second round. The path of a champion, Dakota Ditcheva's ascent to fame. Dakota's victory made her the youngest PFL champion ever. With the $100,000 prize money she received, her ascent to the pinnacle of MMA was complete. Dakota thought back on her trip as she celebrated her win. She had demonstrated her ability to excel in a variety of combat sports disciplines from her early days in Muay Thai to her smooth crossover to MMA. Dakota, however, maintained her modesty in
It's where serious contenders are forged through a season-based format. And Dakota? She's not just surviving in that environment, she's thriving. Her striking remains her strongest weapon, but her takedown defense, grappling improvements, and cage control have shown that she's evolving into a complete martial artist. Every fight, she adds another layer to her game. That's what separates future champions from the rest. But Dakota's impact goes beyond the cage. She's becoming a symbol of the next generation of women's.
As the fight began, Santos tried to close their distance and work her grappling. But Dakota had no intention of letting her opponent dictate the pace. Using her front kicks and accurate strikes, she kept Santos at range, landing clean shots with every strike. Dakota's precision was on full display as she outstruck her opponent with ease. But it wasn't just her strikes that impressed. Dakota used a variety of techniques, including flying knees, spinning elbows, and devastating body shots. The pressure she put on Santos was relentless, and soon enough, Santos was visibly hurt. Dakota continued to pick her apart, landing shots to the head, body, and legs, never giving her opponent a moment's rest. By the second round, Santos had no answer to Dakota's striking. Dakota's kicks, knees, and elbows were taking a toll, and Santos seemed to be fading. A final barrage of body shots and a devastating knee to the liver sealed the deal. The referee stepped in, stopping the fight and awarding Dakota the victory. She had secured her first PFL title and $1 million in prize money, becoming the youngest champion in PFL history. The legacy of Dakota Ditcheva, the dawn of women's mixed martial arts. Dakota's triumph cemented her legacy in MMA history. Dakota has emerged as one of the sport's most thrilling and dangerous competitors thanks to her unmatched striking ability and record of 14 victories and 4 finishes. Fans worldwide are drawn to her because of her unique blend of beauty, talent, and unwavering resolve. Dakota Ditcheva is positioned to play a significant role in women's mixed martial arts for many years to come as the sport continues to expand. Her remarkable transformation from Muay Thai champion to MMA celebrity is evidence of her perseverance, commitment, and readiness to challenge oneself. Dakota is a rising star who is more than simply a fighter. With a future full of potential, Dakota Ditcheva is set to be one of the biggest names in
MMA, fast, smart, and lethal. She's not just a fighter, she's a role model. Young girls watching her now don't just see someone winning. They see someone taking over a sport that's still finding its biggest female stars. And here's the truth. Women's MMA is changing. The level of talent is rising. The depth of the divisions is growing. But Dakota Ditcheva isn't just keeping up with that evolution, she's leading it. So whether you've been following her since day one, or you're just hearing her name now, remember this moment. Because in a few years, when people talk about the greatest to ever do it, they're going to mention Dakota Ditcheva.